a delivery platform. Those who have followed our broadcasts know that I have a couple of business hubs. We have the Cooners, which I haven't done any broadcasting about really, but those are separate from the regular business hubs that we have been promoting for the past, year, 2 years or so. The Cooners are a very big deal. I'll be doing some more about them in soon. At this moment, part of it had a little bit to do with the car flipping program and certain business ideas that developed from that. And so we're developing a delivery platform. Um, and obviously, it's not going to be another Uber Eats. It'll be something like it, but not like it, in that sense, in the way it is, and the way they're doing it. But I can't give out that information yet. It's still in development. But in either case, those who have watched every single video and heard every little thing I've said, they probably can connect the dots. But in any case, what I want to talk about is why do deliveries? The simple answer to that is because it pays. Now, it doesn't pay the way everyone else is doing it. If you are in an Amazon DSP, you're working for Amazon or for one of their former employees who now have a wonderful business that Amazon helped them to get started. So if you're one of those, if you're a worker for one of them, actually, your driver, and if you are working for Uber Eats, for DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart, what other things? There's so many. Well, there's not so many, but there's quite a few apps that drivers can use to become a driver. But most of you, as I read in the Reddit groups and whatnot, most of you are complaining. You complain because you're averaging low income comparatively. Of course, those who are in the big cities like New York City, I mean, you can hustle and you can make some bank. The people in New York City, I think there's one guy over there trying to keep his rate for Uber Eats, not passenger. He's just doing food, and he's trying to keep it over $2,000 a week. So there are people who are doing that. It just depends what city you're in for you to get away with that. And that's a good number. But you know what? Most of the drivers for Uber are not working in New York City. And the same goes with the other app companies as well. So it's not all the same. You're not all making that big money. But even if you're making that big money, you're leaving money on the table. And those of you who don't have the that activity in your neck of the woods, so to speak, you can make a lot more money. The question some viewers have asked is, why am I doing these deliveries myself? And like I started saying in the beginning, it's because we're doing the testing of what the programs that we're running. I have to see it for myself. I haven't done deliveries since I got started working, or I was starting my first business actually. And before I started my first business, I needed to raise some cash. Now I didn't do I did well, yeah. A friend of mine got me a little quick delivery job for a manufacturing company, and he even lent me his car to do it. And I made a couple of $100 just on one delivery. That was pretty good. But I didn't go into deliveries. At one point I did some flowers for a guy out in Staten Island. Again, the same issue where it's just not enough activity. I don't recall. I did probably some messenger stuff when I was in college or before that. Again, I don't. It wasn't anything to talk about. It never really amounted to much. But and then I did deliveries, working for an air freight forwarder, a consolidator. But that was more like in-house, his own clients, and taking things, a truckload of cargo actually to the airport. I was at the airport, so they're at the airport, but taking it to the cargo company, the plane, and well, where the warehouse where they collect all the cargo and then put it into the planes. So I did that. That was my first job really, of substance. I was a warehouse manager. At least I got promoted to that position once I showed that I did better work than the guy who was there before me. But in any case, that's another story. I've talked about that in other videos. So I really, I haven't done it in such a long time. So, but in any case, the reasoning that I'm doing it now is really not to just start another business because I already have, but it is to do the research for the projects that we have ongoing, and obviously, and also, it makes I never say no to some money. It's driving, doing deliveries. Even though if you're doing it the dry way, I'm going to call it the dry way, meaning just straight, working for one of these apps or even multi-apping. You're just driving around basically and you're collecting cash, money. Sometimes people give you cash, sometimes they'll give you a tip, you get cash. So you got cash in hand. Depending on what company you work for, or with, you don't work for them, you're independent, but depending on which company, you can get paid the same day. Now, I'm also with a catering company. So a catering company pays the same day. So that's good for somebody who needs to get cash quickly and, needs to fill up the gas tank and keep it filled and stuff like that day to day. Um, that's a nice little gig to add into your repertoire. I know here in Orlando, there's a new catering service starting up, and they're doing recruiting. And they're looking for young people. I know because I tried to apply there and they didn't take me. They haven't responded. So they're looking for young guys. I don't know why. Is the food heavy? Anyway, it's just the look they want. They want that young, sassy look, I guess. I can dye my hair, I guess, right? Otherwise, I do look young, don't I? What do you think? Anyway, but just doing deliveries by themselves doesn't make a lot of sense. What do you mean you're young? I'm young at heart. I'm young. In comparison to Methuselah or Adam. Adam lived to be 900 plus, right? So I'm young. Uh, anyway, so let's not get into Bible stuff now. But and the doing driving, it just doesn't pay, and many people, yeah, yeah, oh yes, and many people just don't realize, you know, you see these ads, the job ads for drivers, and they say they claim so much money. You can make this, you can make that, blah blah blah. And in reality, you're not going to be making that. Even the Amazon ad, you go to the Amazon, they say 25 an hour, and it turns out that they're really paying maybe what was it, 16. 16 an hour. The company itself, the distribution company, and it turns out that Amazon pays you like a bonus for every day. So they're using that bonus to increase that $16 per hour into your $20 an hour or more. And that's basically what's happening with that. Amazon is subsidizing your pay when you do that. And the companies, I saw of late someone posted the inside information. These companies are heavily subsidized, so they're getting a lot of more money, a lot of money. I sorry about that. I'm late and it's late, and I'm not speaking as I as carefully as I normally do. But they get a lot of money. I'm trying to keep this light on. Let me. So they make a lot of money, and they pay you very little, right? Because they're paying you the 16, and then Amazon's giving you the bonus. They're making a few $1,000s actually every week on their drivers. So they're making a lot of money, but you're not getting paid a lot of money. Okay. And so, but any case, the bottom line is that you're at the bottom rung. I have to sign out let me sign out of one of my apps. I have to sign out. So, and we'll do that. And see, this is the GoPuff that I'm signing out of right now. And, yeah, we have to do that as part of let them know that I'm not going to show up anymore and they don't have to worry about me. Okay, so it's usually in most cases you're not making a lot of money. I don't know what these pizza delivery guys or girls are doing. I just can't imagine any delivery person for like a restaurant, directly, or a company. I don't see really how you guys are going to be making any decent money. But in any case, if you're doing deliveries, you can make a lot more money continuing doing your delivery. Now, the other reason that I'm doing this, I'm doing the research and looking at what problems arise. I can see, this is why I'm doing these videos, because you see the damage to your cars, the wear and tear, then Biden's gas prices and all of the good stuff that Biden brings to America. All of this stuff really affects drivers in a negative way. I don't know about the rest of the country, but drivers are you're going to get a bad, situation, and it's only going to get worse. And then you're paying insurance, you got all these costs and everything. And so it really, at the end of the day, if you need to drive to pay some immediate bills, I would tell you to do it, but you have to do it knowing that you're losing in the long run. Even you get short-term gains. In the long run, you're losing. Your car goes down the tubes. It's going to be repair work that the delivery apps will never be able to pay you, compensate for, unless you're in New York City and you're making $2,000 a week. Okay, you're killing yourself. I mean, the hours these guys are working is like 80 hours, 85 hours. The last time I checked, 85 hours. That's a lot of hours. But hey, $2,000. Some people are killed for $2,000. So that guy's killing the pavement. I'm telling you right now. But that's not the case for the majority of drivers out there. But the good news and bad news is that I have created a way for you guys to listen to this. Every delivery can mean or represent for you $120. Now, a lot of the people, when you do DoorDash, you're doing Uber Eats, you're just looking at what, like $2, right? And most of the gurus tell you don't ignore those, ignore those. Somebody got to do that. But how, what would you think if I told you that that $2 order can represent $120 to you? And that every order you do, every delivery you make can represent $120. Think about that. Now, as a psychotherapist, I charge I charge $250. $250 per hour. Appropriate music. At $250 per hour. And doing these deliveries with my system, $120 per delivery. So you can do 2 deliveries easily in an hour. But 3 deliveries makes it $360. 2 deliveries makes it $240, almost what I make an hour from psychotherapy. It's only $10 difference. And that's good money. That's really good money. So, a lot of people, they look at, and they will say, well, okay, you're doing some research, you're doing research for the company and for the delivery thing that you're going to, or that you're developing. Okay, but even without that, it's good money with my system. Without it, it's sucky money. It really doesn't pay. But with my program, with my system, it is well worth it. Now, can you imagine? Let's put on a regular day. I think, let's see how many I did today. I did not work all day. I went like midday. I've been out at least 12 hours right now. 12 hours right now. And I've done only about 14 deliveries. That's how bad it is. And somebody in New York City would say, "Oh, that's so little." Right. But that's the reality of other places. Now, 14 deliveries, what would be the average you guys can make on each delivery? A lot of them are $2. And then some of them are $5. You want to get the $6 ones, the $7, $9 ones, right? But that's not all the time. So let's just put an average of what, $4 or $5 on a delivery. So let's say for the $5, the 14 trips that I did today represent $70. Okay. Now, a matter of fact, I did, in terms of the deliveries plus the tips directly, I did about $103 today. So so it averaged to be about what, a little less than, what do you say, $8, right? About $7 a trip, right? So including the $2 trips and whatnot. So that's pretty much what happened. So $7 a trip. That's it. And that's what most drivers face. Most drivers have to deal with that. Not the Amazon drivers. You guys are paid an hourly wage. But you still, with my system, can you guys are working like dogs. Amazon drivers have to work like dogs. They have to stock their trucks. First thing they have to do in the morning, stock their truck or their van. A little kiss from the wife and one back. See, you guys get all the sex and all that right after 12, right? Oh man, everything gets hot. HBO after 12, things get hot. Okay, so So the Amazon drivers, though, they make a whole mess of delivery. So even though you guys can make some good money, you're making what, 1100, 1200, maybe 1500 a week. You are leaving massive money out there because with my system, if you use it, you can be making massive amounts of money. We're talking if you make, I think, one driver, I saw some calculation or something like that. He's looking at 500 packages that he delivers, and it may be more or less for others out there, but 500 deliveries, just as an average, because some deliveries may have multiple packages, but just say 500 deliveries with my system that implemented those same deliveries. You're not doing anything more. You're just doing your job. You're doing your deliveries. If it's flowers, it's flowers. If it's pizza, it's pizza. If it's Uber Eats, it's Uber Eats. If it's GoPuff, it's GoPuff. Whatever the delivery is, if it's Amazon, it's all of those deliveries, even UPS and the USPS. But if you guys are making all of those deliveries, all of y'all are leaving money on the table. See? Because the only thing that you need is the system that I use. And that's why I'm not wasting my time with $7 a run. It's ridiculous, right? Because for me, every run represents $120. It's not $7. It's not five. It's not two. It's 120. And that's why my advice is always to take all of the jobs and the deliveries that Uber sends you, DoorDash or whatever. You don't have to worry about that. Just do the job. Make Uber greater and better, DoorDash the same, and Postmates and all whoever and whatever it is. Make those companies strong. That's fine, but you make your money. And you can do that using my program, my system, simply by just adding one thing. When you deliver, you're adding something to the mix. You don't mix it with the delivery, but again, somebody's going to put some door information, some advertising. That's what we're doing, is putting an ad. We're putting and placing an ad with every delivery you make. Just simple as that. Sometimes you go, you make a delivery. Guess what's there? A Chinese menu. It's there. It's on the floor. It's in the door crack. Whatever. It's there. It's right. So it's the same sort of thing. But the difference is that our program is a subscription program. And when the people, and very attractive, this is like a no-brainer for people to really get involved in, because they can save hundreds of dollars by joining that program. And so when they join, which is a good percentage of the deliveries that you make will result in a subscription. And that's why I'm saying a good percentage, because they'll be crazy. They're paying more for one service, and we're providing multi-services. Okay, for cheaper than they're paying for the one service. You tell me. You do the math now. So they will be signing up like mad, and then you, as the driver who delivered that, you are going to make bank. You're going to make that each client that results from your leaving the material there is going to pay you $120. And that's what that represents. It's a subscription, so it goes throughout the year, 12 months, but it means $120 to you when it's all counted up. And so that was going to make a big difference. Now, can you imagine the Amazon? I can Amazon guys are 500 plus deliveries a day. That's crazy. That is crazy. You guys are clean. You guys are gonna clean up. You know, you know, just even with like 20 people that sign up, If it's that low, if it's that low, and we'll take that and we'll close out with this one. If it's that low, then that's still over 2,500 just from that day. Can you imagine that every day the Amazon delivery guy could be increasing his yearly income by $2,500 just like that? That is amazing. So that's the type of income that you guys can expect to be making if you're making that many deliveries. Now, even if you're making a small amount of delivery, 10 a day, you can expect at least one, at the worst, one sign up, okay, every day. And that means 30 or 20 to 30 subscriptions in a month, right? And that means every month you're adding $2,000, $2,400 to your bottom line. And that is going to make a big difference. And again, it's accumulative. So this is 2,500 this first month, and then the second month you're up to 5,000. And then the third month you're up to 75, right? 7,500, and it keeps going all year long because you keep making deliveries and it keeps adding up. See, now you can pay for your car repairs and you can pay for your bills and you can buy a house. So this is what we're working on, where we've developed this system. It's ready to go, and in most places you just have to decide to do it. So if you're interested in that, look for on the YouTube channel, look for the video that talks about that main program. Look for the URL. I'll give it to you here, mycbh.com/LP and /driver. That's the URL. And sign up at that landing page and get started. You just making deliveries straight and complaining on Reddit and whatever is dumb. It's just simply dumb. I got banned for telling somebody just that. And it's the truth. You guys want to keep working for peanuts? You ban me. Great. Thank you. Because I don't belong to the peanuts gang. Take care. Until next time.